Hello, my name is Evan Caron. I am the co-founder of Swytch, and I'm here today to answer questions that we received from the Telegram community. We've received about 40 questions, and I'm going to answer about 40 of them today. I'm excited to be sharing these answers with the community, and let's get started. Who are the co-founders and what are their experiences and backgrounds? The co-founders are myself, John Clippinger, and John Redpath. John Redpath and I have over a half century of finance and energy experience. We both come from the investment banking world and Wall Street and have deep energy trading and markets experience. My knowledge is more on the electricity side. John Redpath's knowledge is more on the global oil and fuels markets. Our experience has led us to believe that there was a massive opportunity to get the world to adopt renewable energies at scale. Our third co-founder, John Clippinger, is at the MIT Media Lab and is formerly at Harvard Law. His background has been decades in machine learning and AI, governance, and working towards self-executing contracts in the legal space. His background is perfect and complements mine and John Redpath's background in what we are creating, especially with our open oracle and mechanism design technology, which is truly an exciting core piece of our tech that is able to track and reward pro-social behaviors. Why does the current electricity generation usage model need to be disrupted? This is a very important question, and one that can easily take 30 to 45 minutes to explain in this AMA. So needless to say, there's a lot wrong with the current models. If we ignore questions of centralized grid resiliency and efficiency and instead focus on carbon programs, the need for Swytch is very clear. These other issues also support the idea behind Swytch, but are a bit complicated to explain in this format. Let's just start with carbon and renewable policies and what they look like today. First, only about 10% of carbon emissions are covered under some sort of government program. There are many forms of programs: carbon taxes, feed-in tariffs, renewable energy credits and certificates. The list goes on from there. And each of them have a different sponsoring state, country, or region, and their own approaches to administration, reporting, and compliance. This leads to incredible complexity and actually reduces the value of these incentives, since they eliminate the effectiveness by imposing artificial political borders to a truly borderless problem. We also have the classic issue of centralized government regulation, which is not particularly well designed. Many programs use old data to inform incentive structures that don't reflect current market conditions. Also, they're decades behind on technology, which means the programs end up being manual and therefore expensive to administer for governments and participants. And lastly, they also favor entrenched players like utilities while cutting out innovative startups and individuals. That means there's a lot of pent-up demand to participate in the fight against climate change that government programs are not designed to tap into and never will. Finally, all of these programs really operate as a cost center. Basically, we ask responsible companies to become green martyrs and charge them for proactive approach. Why not create a fungible asset that holds real value, is inversely correlated to the fossil fuel economy, and provides an incentive to accelerate the adoption of renewable energies and sustainable behavior? Why can't we use Swytch to actually reward globally beneficial behavior instead of penalizing it? It seems to make sense to me. What was the inspiration behind creating Swytch? We believe that climate change is real, that renewable energy makes sense in terms of economic and social benefits, and that there was a better way to nudge people to adopt these technologies in a faster, smarter way. When the founders started discussing the idea about 18 months ago, we very quickly aligned on the mission of Swytch, which is to use technologies like blockchain and oracles to finally move the needle to renewable energy adoption. As we started building out our solution, we quickly realized that many of these technologies can also be applied more broadly to other sustainable actions. So this is certainly a project where started as a solid idea and a clear need, and now we are seeing many more possibilities to use Swytch to change the world. What does Swytch do? Swytch takes information stemming from renewable energy production sensors and determines how much carbon was offset as a result. We then reward energy producers with Swytch tokens that are required to engage in the Swytch platform, where you can claim carbon offsets and attributions, engage in massive data sets, and use other functions embedded in the network, The platform is really a one-stop shop for people to engage in energy and carbon markets that they otherwise are shut out of or find too burdensome and expensive. There's obviously a lot more detail on exactly how this works, and please go to the website www.swytch.io to learn more. Is Swytch technology currently implemented anywhere, and if so, where and how? We currently have a large-scale pilot testing our first versions of the data flow, blockchain, token allocation, and other key parts of the platform. The pilot is being run in conjunction with E2M, which is a large energy aggregator of renewables in Germany and other parts of Europe. The pilot includes roughly 1.5 gigawatts of production capacity, which is enough to power over 500,000 homes. We also have developing beta versions of our dashboard, estimators, and other functionalities that will be part of the Swytch platform and ecosystem. This includes both mobile and web applications that can access the platform and use the token. How does Swytch incorporate IoT and smart meter technology? There are hundreds of millions of smart meters installed across the globe today. Swytch provides a way for those devices to share information with the Swytch network via a secure blockchain and in return receive Swytch tokens. Our goal is to deliver a system that is compatible with most existing smart meter technology to both limit the cost and make the process of joining the network frictionless. When is the token sale? We are currently in a private pre-sale. The public token sale will commence on June 12th at 12 a.m. Eastern of this year. Please visit our website, www.swytch.io, and join our Telegram channel for more information, our other social media outlets to learn more and sign up for your spot in the public sale. What role does a Swytch token play? Swytch tokens power our entire platform. The tokens are required to access the platform, claim carbon offsets, and engage in big data and Oracle development. They also serve as a reward mechanism for sustainable behaviors that reduce carbon emissions. How does Swytch leverage the blockchain? First, blockchain in simple terms is an online immutable distributed ledger. It takes unnecessary human involvement out of the equation. Swytch leverages this platform as the basis for tracking, verifying, and rewarding the production of renewable energy or other sustainable behaviors based on its carbon reduction impact. Blockchain technologies allow us to track and verify almost any type of action and distribute the truth of the action across a global network. We can also use blockchain for the purposes of forming consensus around the validation of energy production and the amount of tokens to be awarded via our on-chain Open Oracle. Also, as an Ethereum-based ERC20 token, ownership of the token and transactions involving token can be trusted and validated on the Ethereum public blockchain. If we compare how the incentives work today, you'll understand the power of blockchain to disrupt renewable energy and carbon markets. If a company wishes to verify a renewable energy certificate, or REC, today, they most likely have to pay thousands of dollars for someone or some person or some company and service provider to go and monitor the meters manually. This is clearly expensive and not particularly scalable. Additionally, the RECs only tell how much energy was produced and says nothing about the actual impact on reducing carbon. Finally, the lifetime of a REC is very short, as they must be retired at the end of the reporting period. So, in essence, you spend a lot of money to get a piece of paper that really has no value since it isn't tied to carbon emissions reduction and has no future value since it ends up disappearing. Blockchain can solve these issues. What is Swytch? Swytch puts the economic and social value of carbon reduction into a token. The Swytch solution includes the Swytch token, an on-chain Open Oracle, valuable large data sets, and a protocol for validating sustainable actions such as renewable energy production. Through the use of the Open Oracle, tokens will first be allocated based on relative carbon impact of renewable energy production. As a result, producers of renewable energy create Swytch by generating solar, wind, and other forms of renewable energy. Holders of the token have rights to claim carbon offsets, access the platform that houses the Oracle, extreme amounts of data sets, and the ability to engage in continuous development of the platform itself. In the future, we hope to add additional sustainable actions like demand response, electric vehicle charging to the ecosystem to compete for Swytch tokens. Why would anyone want to hold Swytch? The world has already started pricing the full cost of carbon and climate change into everyday economic activities, especially in the energy sector. Government programs meant to facilitate this process are structurally deficient and do not encompass the vast majority of carbon, people, and the rest of the planet. Blockchain and tokenization can solve many of these issues with the current systems and empower everyone, including governments, cities, corporations, NGOs, and individuals, to take a much more active role in accelerating the adoption of renewable supply and sustainability programs. Corporations looking to offset carbon emissions, governments looking for a relatively off-the-shelf incentive program, and individuals who want to earn tokens and participate in the global fight against climate change can all engage in the Swytch network. Furthermore, the Swytch platform includes the invaluable datasets, production and ROI estimators, and other functionality that many participants in the energy sector want to access. The only way to do that is to hold Swytch tokens. Why was Swytch founded? Swytch was created by a team of energy and technology experts to address market failures that have resulted in inadequate adoption of renewable energy assets and sustainability programs. Our goal is to accelerate the adoption to both mitigate the impact of climate change and encourage energy development and sustainable behavior in areas with the greatest need. The team combines deep technical expertise with true passion for the mission. We look forward to working with the Swytch community to drive meaningful and lasting environmental change. Who is your target user and registrant? Our target audience is any organization or individual with an interest in building a sustainable future. This may include Fortune 500 companies with aggressive sustainability targets, cities, states, and municipal governments who would like to encourage environmentally responsible behavior, owners of large commercial renewable projects, as well as any individual prosumer with rooftop solar or electric vehicles. That includes batteries as well. What separates Swytch from the existing programs is not just the cutting-edge technology and the creation of the first truly global carbon market, but also we want to engage everyone, everywhere, who wants to play an active role in mitigating the harmful effects of carbon emissions. What comes after the crowdfunding stage? Swytch will use the funds generated from the token sale to scale the Swytch network. This will include technology and protocol development, marketing campaigns, data acquisition, asset registration bounty programs, and strategic partnerships with development companies. If you look at our roadmap, you see that the first phase after the token sale is focused on continuing to build out our initial technology to create more off-the-shelf solution for commercial energy producers and begin to build out the internal carbon offset marketplace. The next steps are to build the prosumer model where individuals can mint tokens from rooftop solar systems. The next phase is to layer in other sustainability actions into the Swytch ecosystem to compete for Oracle token allocations. It is important to note that the Swytch token sale will be run by the Token Commons Foundation. The mission of the Token Commons Foundation is to build a more sustainable and equitable future through the creation of commons-based blockchain protocols. The foundation will support open source research and development of technologies and applications to build the protocol. As a nonprofit, the Token Commons Foundation will seek to coordinate and organize efforts, but will not seek to concentrate interest in favor of any individual or entity. What is unique about Swytch compared to its competitors? When completed, the Open Oracle will be valuable not only to the renewable energy market, but also to other projects looking to incentivize economically and socially beneficial actions. By capturing information and generating consensus at a device level, dynamically allocating token awards for verified actions is applicable across many large and diverse range of use cases. We plan on leveraging these technologies and protocols to continuously expand the use cases for Swytch as an access token to the platform and a medium exchange within and across the network. How will funds from the token sale be allocated? Token sale source funding will be held in the Token Commons Foundation's accounts and will be used for further technology development, marketing, partnership development, and other activities critical to the success of the Swytch network. Will the token sale be available to U.S. citizens? Only accredited U.S. citizens and organizations will be able to participate in the pre-sale. What forms of currency will you accept during the token sale? We will accept Bitcoin and Ethereum via the CoinCart token sale platform. In limited cases, we may accept US dollars in the pre-sale. Will we have to provide KYC information to participate? Yes. Swytch will require participants in the token sale to adhere to all applicable KYC and AML regulations. Are there any countries that are not allowed to participate? Yes. Citizens of countries where their investment in token sales are explicitly banned will not be allowed to participate. Additionally, citizens of any country included on any relevant sanction list will be banned from participating in the token sale. What is the total number of tokens generated during the event? The maximum of 365 million tokens, or 10% of the total pool, will be generated during the token sale. What is the total number of Swytch tokens that could be minted over the lifetime of the network? The maximum limit of Swytch tokens created will be 3.65 billion tokens through 2040. The date selected aligns with climate change activists and governments in creating policies and programs that limit carbon and reduce emissions by 2040. What will the Swytch token be used for? The primary use cases will be accessing the carbon offset market and data within the network, engaging in Oracle modeling activities, and registering nodes on the network. Additional use cases may be developed after the token sale. How do I acquire Swytch tokens? Swytch tokens may be acquired during the token sale or earned through the verified production of renewable energy, development of the open source Oracle through model building and staking, or through network support services, as an example, registration bounties and master nodes. In the future, Swytch will likely reward ancillary activities such as battery storage that supports the broader mission. Swytch may also be used as a reward token for other sustainability initiatives as the Open Oracle gains adoption by other projects. When will you have an MVP? And when will your associated apps be released? Swytch launched a pilot in January of 2018 through a German partner, Energy to Market, or E2M. The proof of concept includes 1.5 gigawatts of production capacity and has been testing the initial version of our solution, including data flow, token allocation process, and mobile and web-based applications. We expect to have MVPs for most, if not all, core functionality by the date of the token sale event. Who are your current registrants on the Swytch network, and who has made commitments to join in the future? We have pilot programs with large commercial energy companies such as E2M in Leipzig, Germany, and Lendlease in the United States. In addition, we are working with city partners to build a group of forward-thinking cities where Swytch pilots and adoption will occur. The city partners include South Korean cities of Ansan, Pohang, Suwon, Yongjin, and Barcelona, Spain. Does Swytch have value from the date of launch? Yes. Swytch is a tangible measure of carbon not burned for energy produced. There is inherent value to all human activity that is environmentally beneficial, especially the production of renewable energy that does not harm people nor the planet. Markets today value carbon at $20 a ton, with future values expected to exceed $50 a ton. Adding in the negative externalities of carbon may actually result in a higher figure. As a means of providing green bona fide and offsetting carbon, Swytch can mitigate the cost of emitting carbon. Additionally, Swytch has inherent value as an access token to valuable data and technologies. How does Bitcoin mining differ from Swytch minting? Bitcoin mining is a permissionless proof of work tied to hash power and cost of electricity. This proof of work is used to secure the network. Scarcity and cost is created by increasing computational and hence electrical consumption. Swytch uses a blockchain network with sidechains and hence does not incur the computational nor energy cost of Bitcoin and Ethereum networks. It is agnostic as to the kind of protocol used to secure the network and is compatible with a number of forthcoming approaches that are not energy consumptive and have high transacted volumes. Swytch allocations of tokens is based upon a dynamic adaptive control oracle, what we call our Open Oracle, that uses data estimation and trusted device certificates and protocols to verify the production and use of sustainable energy in specific regions and points in time across the world. Will there be a supply-demand imbalance once projects are onboarded on the Swytch network and start minting tokens? Newly minted Swytch tokens created through verified energy production and carbon offset include both the inherent value of the token and embedded carbon offset attribution. Before a Swytch token can enter the Swytch economy, the carbon offset must be claimed in the internal marketplace. This means any new token supply must stem from demand for the attribution. Therefore, the token supply will reflect the scale of the network. It's also important to note that as the network scales and renewable energy adoption scales, it becomes relatively more difficult to offset carbon and therefore mint a token. If 1 megawatt of energy is equal to 1 Swytch token today, then perhaps 10 megawatts of energy would be required at some point in the future to mint 1 Swytch token. This will slow the creation of new tokens as the network scales in a manner similar to Bitcoin. Thank you for listening to our Q&A as our AMA comes to a close. We invite the rest of the Telegram community and our Swytch ecosystem players to ask as many questions as possible, and we will be hosting a series of these type of video-based AMAs with the rest of our team and our other founders, and we look forward to meeting everybody in the community at a number of events the rest of the year and having the Swytch ecosystem and network scale with your help.